crucial for success. Turabo Business School is committed to empowering the next generation of leaders with the skills they need to thrive. We present to you our special computer training exclusively designed for SS3 and GSS3 graduates. Our comprehensive program covers a wide range of topics, including Microsoft Word, master the art of document creation and editing, unlock the power of data analysis and visualization, Microsoft Access, learn to manage and analyze database, Microsoft PowerPoint, create stunning presentations that captivate audiences, graphic design using CorelDRAW, unleash your creativity and design skills, Photoshop, enhance your image editing skills and create stunning visuals, programming using web design, build dynamic websites and web applications, database development, learn to design and manage databases, UI/UX design, create user-friendly and intuitive interfaces. At the Turabo Business School, we believe in creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Our experienced instructors will guide you every step of the way, providing you with hands-on training and mentorship. Don't miss this opportunity to gain a competitive edge. Contact us today to learn more about our program and register for the next session. Call 080-6026-9140, 070-6342-8464 or 090-1010-8844 between 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. Turabo Business School, creating world-class entrepreneurs and professionals. Join us today and unlock your full potential. Turabo Business School, opposite Civil Service Commission, Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Turabo State. Empower yourself with the skills of the future. Register now.
This is News Hour on Sun TV, your short transport to the pulse of the nation. Stay connected and follow us on Facebook at Sun TV and catch every second as it unfolds live on YouTube at Sun TV Live. Now the top stories making waves across the country. Zelensky threatens UK ties ahead of NATO summit to bluster Ukraine's defense strategy. Nigerian grapples with escalating insecurity as attack in Plateau and Borno spark national outrage. A Tinubu opposition leader and civil society demand urgent action amid mounting violence and impunity. I am Messenger, and now the news in full. In a strategic effort to reinforce bilateral defense collaboration, Ukraine President Volodymyr Zelensky embarked on an official visit to the United Kingdom. His itinerary includes meeting with the British monarch and the newly appointed Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, and key members of the UK Parliament. This high-level discussion aimed to reaffirm London's unwavering support for the Ukraine amidst the ongoing conflict with Russia. Zelensky's visit is taking place just ahead of a scheduled North Atlantic Treaty Organization summit in The Hague, sidelining Ukraine's intent to consolidate international alliances in preparation for future defense arrangements. During his stay in the United Kingdom, he is also expected to observe the training of Ukrainian soldiers undergoing specialized military instructions on British soil. In addition, he plans to engage with policy experts and representatives of research institutions focused on European security and geopolitical strategy. Since Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, the United Kingdom has played a pivotal role in supporting Kyiv. This assistance has included the delivery of advanced weapon systems, intelligence sharing, and diplomatic backing across international forums. The visit by President Zelensky highlights the evolving nature of international security partnership and reflects the global dimension of Ukraine's defense efforts. Coming back to Nigeria, concerns over worsening insecurity have reached critical level following a series of violent attacks across several states. The recent killing of 12 individuals attending the wedding ceremony in Plateau State, along with a devastating suicide bombing in Borno State, has prompted widespread condemnation from both government officials and the civil society leaders. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu responded to these developments by directing the nation's top law enforcement officials to take immediate actions in identifying and apprehending those responsible for these atrocities. He emphasized that no part of the country should be subjected to fear of violence, particularly during peaceful gathering and ceremonial occasions. The president also called upon the Plateau State government to take firm and immediate steps to dismantle the structure that perpetrates violence in the state. A former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and political opposition figure Peter Obi joined in denouncing the attacks. Both leaders criticized the perceived inadequacy of the government's response to escalating violence across the northern Nigeria, citing frequent reports of killing in the states such as Kano, Katsina, and Kebbi. Prominent lawyer and activist Femi Falana expressed frustrations over the consistent failure to prosecute those arrested for violent crimes. Similarly, the Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project has urged the federal government to refer certain mass killings, particularly in Benue State, to international crime courts for thorough investigation and possible prosecution. The Nigerian Army, while acknowledging the public's concern, reaffirmed its operational commitment to combating terrorist activities and restoring peace across troubled zones. However, the persistencies of such attacks continue to raise crucial questions about the nation's overall security architecture. In a proactive move aimed at addressing the long-standing conflicts between herders and farmers, the federal government is advancing in implementation of a national ranching framework across several states. A total of 11 states, including Lagos, Plateau, Zamfara, Bauchi, and Anambra, have expressed full support for the plan. The states have either allocated land or enacted legislation to facilitate a modern livestock management system. The objective is to reduce the frequencies of open grazing, which has been a major source of violence, clashes, and property destruction. Other states such as Adamawa and Kwara have shown interest in the initiative, but has adopted a more conscious approach due to political and logistical consideration. Notably, some regions, including Benue and Imo, remain opposed to the federal initiative, citing concerns over land ownership rights and the appropriate scope of federal intervention in what they consider to be state affairs. Parallel to this development, authorities in Niger State confirmed a tragic incident involving the death of a university student named Jafar. He was attacked during a robbery in Lapai local government area and later died from injuries sustained in the assault. His death sparked students' protests, with demonstrators blocking major roadways to express their frustration over deteriorating safety conditions. In response, security personnel have been deployed and an investigation is currently underway under the directive of the State Police Commissioner. The Federal Ministry of Housing has announced that its internal assessment for a large housing estate in Abuja, comprising over 750 residential units, is nearly completion. The estate is reportedly associated with the previous central bank governor and is one of the several assets currently under scrutiny by Anti-Corruption Authority. Officials from the ministry have stressed that their review focuses strictly on technical aspects of construction and is not connected to the broader financial investigation being carried out by the Economic and Financial Crime Commission. According to the ministry source, the internal committee is tasked with verifying the quality of construction, identifying infrastructural gaps, and providing recommendations for the estate's eventual handover. The government has indicated plans to sell the estate at subsidized rates to citizens in the low and middle income brackets. However, legal representatives of the former central bank governor have requested that all transactions be paused pending the resolution of a court appeal regarding ownership. In another development centered on public integrity, the governor of Cross River State has urged the professional accounting body in Nigeria to take a more active role in promoting transparency. During an event celebrating the appointment of a new district chairperson of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICANN, the governor's representatives underscore the importance of ethical financial management in restoring public confidence. The newly inaugurated chairperson, who previously served as the State Accountant General, pledged to foster collaboration with the accounting professions and public institutions. At the commemoration of the 70th anniversary of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, key national leaders sounded the alarm over the growing threats posed by digital disinformation and artificial intelligence-generated deep fakes. Representing the president, the Minister of Information warned that these emerging technologies could severely compromise journalistic integrity and also undermine public trust in democratic institutions. In response, the government has announced plans to establish a new institute in Abuja focused on media literacy and digital ethics, with technical support from the United Nations, educational, scientific, and cultural organizations. The facility will aim to equip journalists and the media professionals with the tools needed to identify contracts and report false information effectively. Veteran media practitioner Chief Olusegun Osoba also used to be the occasion to call for a comprehensive review and verification of the National Journalist Registry. He emphasized that many unqualified individuals have infiltrated the profession, contributing to a decline in standards. Other participants in the event praised the contributions of the Journalists Union over the past 7 decades and urged members to embrace digital innovation while adhering strictly to the highest ethical standards. Moving to Rivers State, political tensions have escalated following allegations of financial misconduct and political harassment within local government structures. A retired naval officer currently serving as the state administrator has been accused of unilaterally withholding substantial funds amounting to approximately 200 million naira from a local government area monthly budget. This alleged action is said to have followed the forced resignation of the area's former sole administrator, who was reportedly attacked by armed individuals over his loyalty to a suspended political figure. In an audio recording released by the council security officer, provided additional insight into the incident, alleging that the attack was orchestrated by aggrieved local faction and is not sanctioned by the state administrator. The incident has sparked a debate over governance practices in the state and has further complicated efforts aimed at reconciling divided political interests. Elsewhere in the country, residents of a development area in Nasarawa State have lodged serious accusations against the task force assigned to monitor mining activities. They allege that the officers have engaged in illegal extraction of mineral resources and exploited vulnerable children for labor, with reports of fatalities. Additional claims include collision of unauthorized mining operators, extortion of illegal licensed investors, and illegal detention of workers without proper legal representation. The head of the task force has denied all the accusations and maintained that their mandate is limited to curbing illegal mining operations. Women advocacy organizations continue to lead the charge in demanding inclusive and environmentally conscious policies across Nigeria. In Cross River State, a women-led initiative held a policy roundtable focused on the impact of climate change on rural female farmers. Participants emphasized the urgent need for land ownership reform, equitable resource allocation, and increased investment in clean energy technologies to support agriculture. The organizers plans to submit a formal policy recommendation to the state government that reflects the voices of the women at the grassroots level. In the northeastern region, particularly in Gombe State, a civil society engagement organized by two advocacy groups aimed at enhancing the political participation of women and persons with disabilities. With support from a global philanthropic foundation, the event brought together stakeholders to discuss the implementations of previous electoral reform recommendations. Speakers voiced concerns over the minimal representation of marginalized groups in local governance and called for united effort to improve inclusivity ahead of the next general election cycle. In the realm of regional economic and political cooperation, criticisms continue to mount against the Economic Community of West African States for its lack of concrete progress. A political analyst recently stated in a public interview that ECOWAS, despite its long history, has yet to achieve the level of integration seen in newer multinational unions, such as the European Union. Specific issues raised include the failure to introduce a common currency, inconsistent enforcement of border policies, and insufficient institutional accountability. With Sierra Leone's president now leading the regional body, citizens and analysts alike are hoping for a renewed commitment to transformative leadership. Let's take a brief commercial break. Don't change that channel. We'll be right back with more exciting updates on Super Media Television.